Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. EA Sports. Football continues, a familiar feel for us here on a Thursday night. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will go on the attack first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Makes the grab. It's Adams. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now on the move. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Houston's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break, sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable...
Breaks into the open. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Hughes. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
just going to keep it after the snap. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the back. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Still running at the 40. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw, it's Henderson. There's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. All right, guys, let's talk Houston. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
A run for the quarterback. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Alexander. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Commodores with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Going over the top. Makes a grab on the shot. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. DB's right up on the receivers. He'll take it himself. There's some room. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Right back to him on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's 3rd and 5. Running inside, it's Alexander. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time.
Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. So first down here as they go back to work. To the air, it's Carter. Hauls it in. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wide receiver going in motion. The run inside. It's Alexander. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Commodores!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Sanford.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Makes the grab in their space. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Henderson. Under fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense picks it up. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Vandy. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed, and he takes it back for a long touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball, they wanted to do something with it, and they did. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Houston offense out and ready to go. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Keeps looking downfield. Hard running there. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
I think this defense moving forward has to be able to finish plays. On that second down, quarterback had nowhere to go with it, and defense had an opportunity to get to him, get him on the ground, setting up 3rd and long, but because they couldn't do that and they let him spring free, it's now 3rd and manageable. This defense just making life hard on themselves right now because they're not finishing these plays.
On the move. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. This Houston offense about to snap it on first down again. Got a man. It's Walker. At the 35, he's open. Hits the afterburners. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
That play calling menu just gets so much bigger when I got a guy, Jesse, that can do this. Like, he can run the football, such a weapon. We saw it all throughout this game so far, and you see it once you get closer to that red area, man. You get that +1 advantage having your quarterback that can be a running threat.
And the frustrating part for a defense, too, is that even when you're right, you're wrong. And we've seen on some of these runs today, guys have been in position to make a tackle, but they just can't get him down on the ground. He's got that dynamic running ability. He's a true dual threat. And right now, he's giving this defense all they can handle.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ballgame.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's Carter. Whips it out to the back. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Cougar. A pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Throws for the tight end. The sure hands, it's Spence. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Cougars will use their first first time out here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking downfield, it's Carter. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Pressure coming. Snagged out of the air. Vanderbilt takes his 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Back to pass on second down. Got his man. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Timeout Houston, their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Commodores will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quarterback making checks. To throw, it's Henderson. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. He fires one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Men, Week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with a look at New Mexico State taking on the Kennesaw State Owls.
And the Commodores will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Sellers. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Houston offense comes onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Got a little grass. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Running inside, it's Hughes. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right, and then the defense caught up, played great D, and got him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB. Houston will be forced to punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Took a shot as he threw.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing. You throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field. And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Commodores send out the punt unit. Catches it at the 15. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They dug themselves out of a 14-0 hole, and now a chance to take the lead on this drive. He might want another play. Scanning the field, it's Henderson. Escapes the pressure going right. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Hit as he throws. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in. Look. And now the ball is knocked free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
He's got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. You got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Finds his big tight end. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to...
It's complete! Touchdown, Houston! Hello! That one will give them the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The run inside. It's Alexander. Makes it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Right back to the well. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Goes to the option. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Send the tight end in motion. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to...
Caught, and he's got room. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll run the screen. Nice move there. There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Makes the grab inbounds. Extra point here will tie the game.
Coming into this game, this offense really believed they had a mismatch problem because of this tight end speed and athleticism, and you saw it right there, David. Nobody able to hang with this guy on that touchdown catch.
And either way you cover him. If you want to put a linebacker on him, he's got a speed advantage. A safety on him, he's got a size advantage. QB takes advantage of the mismatch, knows where his big fella's going to be, and capitalizes on it.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking for space. It's Sanford. Might have a chance. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. from the gun. The running back tries to hit the hole. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Might as well give it to him again. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Running the red zone. It's Hughes. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. And the Cougars line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. This is a designed run.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up, something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Houston. They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Cougars with the immediate response.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And he's dragged down. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. To the air, it's Carter. Looking for a big play. He's got it down the field. Wide open on the right. To the house. Touchdown Doors. The Commodores strike back.
And, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way.
He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Coming out with it, it's Brown. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. They're that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create.
Touchdown, Houston! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Back to pass, it's Carter. Makes the catch. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Commodores come to the line in the hurry-up.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
This has got to be frustrating if you're the offensive coordinator because you've had receivers open down the field, just haven't had time to get them the football. This defense doing an outstanding job with their pass rush.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Takes the easy one to the back. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything great now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession, I have to get a 3 and out. I have to force a turnover. I have to do something to get me back in this ball game right now.
Creates, could be an alley. Picks up the first down. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30+ yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Pulls it in. It's Thomas. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Commodores want to move quickly. Back to throw, it's Carter. He wants to go deep. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On fourth down, looking to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He recovers the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, in this situation, the only offensive player who can advance the fumble is the guy who dropped it. Here comes the Houston offense once again. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He makes the catch. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. He goes right back to the air. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cougars. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session, because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward. And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, it was not a good day.
Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Takes the handoff. It's Alexander. Stop pulled by this defense. They tried to fool him with the run, and nobody was buying it. Timeout Houston, their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Well, I know when the defense goes back and watches this film, it's not going to be perfect, but that was the stop they needed, right, David? You got 2 great offenses going back and forth. You just got to be able to break serve once, and the defense did it here at the very end. No matter how you do it, I know the stats weren't great, but the most important statistic, they get the win.
Get the win. Obviously, you worry about cleaning everything up, but you also want timely defense, right? Like when you need it, can you come through? I know a lot of people were holding their breath on the sideline, wondering if they would come through, but they did. They got the stop in a big moment. Their offense scored a bunch of points, and they walk away with the victory. And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
You know, you wonder sometimes if this quarterback, because of the success he's had earlier in the game, running the ball, just thinks every time I scramble, something good is going to happen. I think that time, guys, he should have stayed in the pocket and tried to take a shot, because it looked to me like he had a guy open downfield.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.